Hello, welcome to Current News. I'm your host, Chris Davis, and today we're doing a review of Venom. So, huge spoiler warning. If you haven't seen the film, please click off this video and go watch the film. If you don't care for spoilers, or if you've already seen the film, please keep watching this video. And if you haven't seen it, watch it and come back. Alright, with that being said, let's get into the review. Venom. So, did I like it? Did I hate it? I liked it a lot. I thought it was a really good film. Going into it, I thought that it was going to be a disappointment because on Rotten Tomatoes, the critics gave it 30%, but the audience gave it 89%. And I was wondering, why did the critics give it 30% and the audience gave it 89%? Is it truly a terrible film? And no, I think that the critics should have given it a much higher rating. It was a really good film. It had a beginning, middle, and end. It told a really good story. So I'm thinking that this is another disconnect between fans and critics. It reminds me a lot of Iron Fist. When it came out on Netflix, people accused it of whitewashing, but it wasn't whitewashing because in the comic books, Danny Rand is white, the original Iron Fist. But I digress. This film was really good and just shows you can't always listen to ratings. I went into this film looking for something to complain about, looking for things that were wrong, and I really couldn't find much. It was a really good film. It starts off with some astronauts working for the Life Foundation are coming in on re-entry. There's an accident, and one symbiote comes out, infects a human being. Then it goes to Eddie Brock. He's working in this nice news network, and he's super popular, but he gets fired because he tries to go after the main antagonist, Carlton Drake, who is an understandable villain. When people reviewed this film, they just wrote him off as some cookie cutter boss, but he wasn't. He was a pretty good villain. You could understand his motives. He was trying to save the planet because us humans were destroying it with overpopulation and global warming and consuming gas and not doing any recycling. His plan was to save the world, but he was going all about it the wrong way. So you could really understand him as a villain. But anyway, Eddie Brock gets fired from his job because he tries to go after Carlton Drake as a journalist. And then when Carlton goes too far, one of his employees gets Eddie Brock, gets him to take pictures so they can get the story out about Carlton Drake. Eddie gets infected with the symbiote, and then there comes this relationship between Venom and Eddie Brock. And I'm thinking what hurt the film with the critics was the relationship between Eddie Brock and Venom. I thought Tom Hardy did an excellent job as Eddie Brock. The way people described this, the early reviews, was that they said it's a humor film and it's an action film. I didn't think that there was any humor in this film. When Eddie Brock was freaking out about the symbiote, he was just acting like any other human would. If they had a strange parasite talking to them inside their head, making them do things they didn't want to do. So I thought the relationship between Eddie Brock and Venom was practical and more realistic than anything. But long story short, Carlton Drake gets a symbiote called Riot, never heard of it, and his plan is to bring all the other symbiotes back to Earth and invade the Earth. But Venom decides to stop him because Eddie Brock has rubbed off on him and he's starting to like Earth. So they stop Riot, the end. But the main thing about this review is Venom isn't actually, it's actually a good film. It's actually a good Sony film. So if you were hesitant or you decided, hey, I'm not gonna watch Venom, it's bad, it got so many bad reviews on Rotten Tomatoes, go ahead and watch it, because this is another disconnect between fans and critics. Do I acknowledge it would have been better if Spider-Man was in there? Yes, because Venom really is Spider-Man's villain, like top three. Green Goblin, Dr. Octopus, Venom. Venom might be in the second part, in the second spot for top villain for Spider-Man. But would it have been better if Spider-Man was in there and he was fighting Spider-Man? Absolutely, because in the comics, that's usually how it goes. Venom hates Spider-Man because, long story short, Peter Parker had the symbiote on him, but he got rid of it because he knew that it was turning him into someone he was not. So he gets rid of the symbiote. It goes on Eddie Brock. Eddie Brock hates Peter Parker. When the Venom attaches to Eddie Brock, he figures out that Spider-Man and Peter Parker are one and the same, and they both hate Spider-Man, and that's where you have that conflict between Spider-Man and Spider-Man and Venom. So would it have been better if Venom was in the film? Yes, but we all know for business reasons Spider-Man couldn't be in the Venom film, and Venom for some reason can't be in Spider-Man films right now. It's business. That's why they're not interacting with each other. But Tom Hardy did a great job as Eddie Brock, as Venom. The Carlton Drake was a really good villain, so it was a really good film overall. So that's all we have for today. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Did you watch Venom? Do you like it? Do you not? Let me know why in the comment section. Also, follow me on social media. I have the links in the description box below. Also, if you really want to help this channel, please hit the like button, share this video, and hit subscribe. And all of you, have a great day.